I'm George Pelly. I'm president of AWARE, an environmental organization in Bethlehem since 1985. This sorry saga began with a 400-foot square dump, and it's since expanded to the current 51 acres. I guess at the time the people staffing the DES thought that they wouldn't have to get up out of their seats if they just continued to dump on that spot without searching for a more appropriate place to site a landfill. This one is sited within 1 mile of 100 homes and families. We pointed out the aquifer to the DES, and their scientific answer was all New Hampshire is an aquifer. This is DES's official answer to the town. Their conclusion was, after a long debate about the aquifer, was that all in all, it's not a bad place for a landfill, compared to what? Actually siting it in the Hampshire River itself. Now we know, and studies point out, that landfills cause cancer. The Environmental Protection Agency did a study of some 550 odd waste sites and found that approximately 325 or so caused elevated levels of cancer, actually in the organs. The New York State Department of Health studied 37 landfills and found that they contributed to elevated cancer rates. Now, that's on one hand. As far as I know, the DES, not Casella, nor NCES, has done any kind of health studies. There's been no economic impact study on the town, which is now undergoing a renaissance. There's been no studies on the effects of a landfill on our health. This makes us pretty much laboratory mice as far as I'm concerned. Now, to set a bottom line for all of this, when Mr. Millsap was up here some months ago, he was asked pointedly if every man, woman, and child in Bethlehem voted against the landfill, would that have any effect on the application? He said, no, it's not a referendum. So that's where we stand now. It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter what we're concerned about. It doesn't matter that there are altogether likely deleterious effects, and some of them traumatic on the health. The landfill and the DES does not seem to care. I wonder what you say to your kids when you go home after this meeting and they ask you what you did today. Did you tell them, well, there's a little town up in northern New Hampshire, and frankly, we're burying it. We've got nearly 3 million tons of trash out there already, and we're considering another 1.3 million further. My question is, what health studies have you done? What assurances can you give? And I don't want to sway any kinds of answers. I want you to be explicit. Have you done? Can you assure us unequivocally that this is a safe operation? The asbestos issue has been much discussed. The landfill doesn't know where it is. Mr. Roy said that he wasn't even capable of recognizing asbestos when it came in from the Mount View grant. So what are your assurances? Where's the documentation? Because, frankly, our lives are at stake. Any answers?
That is the second time. Last Monday, Seth Goldstein said the same comment that I said, that I do not recognize asbestos from the Mountain View Grand landfill. I wasn't even at this landfill during the Mountain View event. That was some 6-7 years ago. I was only here for 3 years.
But I would draw that comment.
Thank you.
I'm still looking for insurances, though.
Excuse me, sir, can we get a response to his question? Thank you.
Regarding the issue of the safety, we talked earlier about the fact that, we're talking about a waste management facility, and materials come into that facility. The regulations require that there be procedures in place a design of the facility that's implemented, and then daily operations closure that results in operating the landfill safely. Can I guarantee that any landfill in the state might not at some point pose some kind of a health risk? No, I can't. And I can't make that guarantee about any kind of facility.
That's not the kind of oblique answers I'm interested in.
I don't know what other answer to give you.
Well, the state found that NCES has had no reliable inspection procedure, and they were fined accordingly. Now, the findings in New York State were not that somebody brought in an atomic bomb and someone detonated it there. The cancers are caused by naturally occurring methane gas, carbon dioxide, and other VOCs penetrating the landfill site. It gets out and it gets around. When the DES committed that cockamamie evaporator, we called it, we were told that we would be showered, listen to this, with 30 tons of particulate a year. How long has it been there? Let me use 10 years so I can do the math. So we've had 3,000 tons of particulate showered on the North Country. Tell me that that's good. Tell me what was in there.
I'm going to refer the question regarding the evaporator to the folks in our air division.
I'm Todd Moore with the air permitting group, and I think we work on the permit that you're referring to as far as the evaporator. Yes, it does emit particulate, and similar to waste management regulations, our air regulations look at environmental standards based on health risk. And I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, maybe it was 30 tons of particulate. If so, and that was reviewed and approved by our permitting process, it was in accordance with the rules.
Well, that's the problem, that it was approved. That's what I'm talking about. And what reference did you have? The company that built it never built one before, the DES never permitted one before, and there may be only 2 others in the entire country that you could use as a reference. We were told the computer said it was safe. Well, it might be harmless to the computers in town, but, you know, they're on their own. I'm thinking about the people who live here. Anyway, thank you.